Welcome to the Courage to Live podcast. My name is Josh Bitsko, and I'm a retired police captain with 24 years of experience out of Las Vegas. Currently, I travel the country and I teach people about courage, resilience, and leadership. In today's Courage Cast, we're going to talk about self care. Now, self care is one of those things, especially in the first responder community, that we often forget. And it can be difficult because let's say you do an internet search on self care, you can get anything from like yoga or grounding in the grass or any of those things that may not apply to you. One of the things that I teach is self care is doing what fills your soul. So if you think about that, that could be anything from spending time in nature or hiking, if that's what you like. I actually hate hiking. Um, I would rather go hunting or fishing, and that's how I connect with nature. One of the big things I talk about in my class is even setting boundaries with people is a form of self care. I had a supervisor once tell me that saying no to something means saying yes to something else. And in my own life, I was always terrible at making time for myself. I would tell myself that I'm a great person and I'm doing everything for everybody else. But a lot of times I was just a way to avoid taking time for myself. But it felt like I was a good person because I was doing everything for everybody else in my life. And I would just find myself empty and burnt out and overwhelmed. But so what I tell people and what I teach people is a way to build resilience, a way to overcome obstacles in your life when things are bad is really focusing on yourself because, you can't fill up anybody else's cup when your own is empty. So, there's often ways that self-care can be small too, like having a day to yourself to reset and reorganize, like even cleaning, or for me, when my life is feeling chaotic, I'll often clean my office or, even clean my closet, and things like that make me feel more together. Giving yourself a couple hours to do nothing, right? Like I'm going to sit on the couch and I'm going to watch a mindless TV show, or I'm going to read, or I'm going to do something to really like reset myself. Another thing is letting go of that need to always be doing something, always be active. I would always lean into being busy when I was stressed because it felt like I was getting a lot done. But oftentimes you're not, right? You're just doing busy work because that's what you know. Fitness is a big way that I kind of recharge my batteries. That's working out, it's lifting, it's jujitsu, even going for a walk. One of my favorite things that my wife and I do now is we start every day going for about a 30-minute walk. We talk about our day, we talk about things that we have to do, but getting outside, getting out in the sunlight, movement, it just starts the day off right. And then we take about 20 or 30 minutes to drink a cup of coffee and maybe read, or, we're not sitting there and stressing over work and all the things that we have to get done today. We take some time at the very beginning of the day to reset, to read, enjoy our cup of coffee, enjoy our presence together before we start doing all the work that we have to do, because it can be a busy life. Another thing is sleep. Now, sleep is often one of the first things to go, right? When you're stressed out, when you have things on your mind, you lay in bed, you don't sleep, you worry about things. And I'll tell you, the times when I'm not sleeping is the times during the day that often feel the most stressed out, is that my brain doesn't possess the processing power to get through the difficult things. And there's a lot of things you can do to improve sleep, whether that's blackout blinds, keeping a room cold, keeping your sheets clean. I don't like melatonin because that often makes me have nightmares when I take melatonin. But finding ways to naturally have that sleep rhythm, going to sleep around the same time, waking up around the same time. I can't nap. Napping just does not work for me, no matter how tired I am, because when I nap, I don't sleep that night. So finding these little things that work for you will help you build the resilience to deal with the stress of your job and your life and family and all the responsibilities that you have on a day-to-day basis. Thank you for listening today. If you liked what I talk about, I do talk about self-care in my book, The Courage to Live. It's on Amazon. And if you like the podcast, please share it with a friend, leave a review or subscribe. And I appreciate you spending time with me today.